Hello Internet, Silver here. This will be my second video about the website Warcraft Logs. For an introduction to the site, see my other videos below. For this video, I will be assuming you have a log already, so I will be showing some areas that I like to concentrate on to improve my personal performance. I've got a log already set. And we'll come in here to the summary screen. And a couple things to look at on the summary screen. You've got your raid composition, of course. You've got your damage done window, healing done, and damage taken window. You also have your healing, damage taken, and damage done tabs up here. I'm not going to worry about healing. I don't know anything about healing. So, damage taken again, you can analyze that to see what kind of poo you're standing in. But otherwise, we're here today to talk about damage. So we're going to go over here to the damage done tab. We're going to pull it up as soon as it loads. And first thing I like to look at on this page is the active time. Your active time is how much time you spend actually casting something, doing damage, healing, whatever. It's not standing still. So I'm going to look over here and I'm at 91.6% active time. That's good. You want anywhere from 90 to 98, 99. 100% is impossible. So we're going to click on our name, and that's going to pull up damage done by us. And this is going to have our skills. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to go down through here and look at hits and misses. If you hover over the miss tab, it'll tell you these misses were actually immunes for D point. 8 ticks were immune. This is 6 parries for melee. Again, my misses over here on slam were parries. And that really hurts. Number one, parry doesn't happen if you're behind the boss. So this means that I am not watching my location and where I need to be. Second, if you look at slam, it's one of our hardest hitting abilities. And it hits for 145,000 average, normal, regular hit, non-crit. It hits for 309,000 in this fight on a crit. So having a miss or having a parry is that's how you lose a lot of DPS. That's why everybody talks about hit and expertise cap. I want to look at overpower. Overpower, it's activated by taste for blood, but it has a high crit rate. So if you look over here, we have a 93% crit chance with overpower. It's almost 100%. And you can see there's a lot of them. A crit does 103,000 damage. So again, you want to be using overpower a lot. Deep wounds, that's your big damage dealer. That's a damage over time. As you can see, it ticks for 65,000 regular. It ticks for a crit for 131,000. This does most of your damage. You want to see an uptime. Really, there's no reason to not have 100% uptime or very close to it. I need to work on getting my deep wounds on the target quicker. Go down here to Mortal Strike. This is my main damage dealing ability that builds rage for me. I come over here. Looks like I had 3 misses. 3 were parries. So there's three times that I didn't get a rage build up with a miss. Okay, you hover over Mortal Strike. 47 of them are 107,000. A crit is 209,000. Again, big damage dealing abilities. What I would want to do is I'd want to look through and see how I'm doing on how many mortal strikes I'm getting. I can do 1 every 6 seconds. The fight was a 10-minute fight, so I should be able to do 10 mortal strikes per minute. 10 minutes, 100. We'd want to see about 100 mortal strikes, anywhere from 90 to 100. As you can see, I only had 68. So that means I'm not hitting Mortal Strike on cooldown enough. So that affects my rage, that affects damage, that affects the mortal wounds on the subject. Um, Everything comes from this Mortal Strike starting out. So I need to work on getting hitting my Mortal Strike on cooldown, work on getting my deep wounds up, and I want to look at, if you look at Heroic Strike, well, Heroic Strike, a crit is only 175,000. Slam, a crit, is 309,000. Big difference. Slam is 30 rage or 25 rage. Heroic Strike is 30 rage. Heroic Strike is used to bleed off your excess rage. My thought is, if you're using Slam correctly, if you're using Mortal Strike and Overpower correctly, you are not going to have excess rage. So I will probably end up taking Heroic Strike completely off my bar. Anyway, so you go down through here, you look at your individual skills. This works for everybody. You have your own skills. And just look and see how many times you're casting those per fight. Are you casting them enough? That has a huge impact on your DPS. Look at your uptime on your dots. Look at your activity time. All those three things right there. Just improving the number of times you're using your skills, your uptime, your activity time. That will improve your DPS. Now, one other thing we'll look at, Colossus Smash. Colossus Smash has a 20-second cooldown, so 3 per minute, 10 minutes, 30 should be 30 Colossus Smashes. Looks like I hit for 30. So I'm hitting my Colossus Smash on cooldown. That's good. That's a big debuff. 6 seconds on Thunderclap. Again, you could hit as many as 10 per minute, which would leave us with 100. As you can see, I didn't. I should at least have one every 30 seconds, because your Thunderclap debuff lasts 30 seconds. So I am not Thunderclapping enough. Plus, Thunderclap does a heck of a lot of damage now. You can see a regular hit's hitting for 69,000 and it hits everything around you. So I need to do more Thunderclaps. So this tells me where my performance needs to change, where my performance could improve. The last tab I'm going to look at today is going to be the Replay tab. This is the tab that sets this site apart from World of Logs. It's really better for the raid leaders to come and look and see how their raid is moving, but if I want to see what kind of movement I have and how I'm staying on the boss, so we know the boss is right here. I should be behind him. Looks like I am. You can check your grouping. You see where the axe was thrown out. This is the Garrosh Hellscream fight. Your range is grouped up. Your melee is grouped up on the boss. Anybody that's familiar with this fight will recognize this layout. So, what I would do is I would just look through this and see if what my placement is like, what my movement is like. And that's really it. If you take a look at those things, go in, run your logs, load them up to your personal logs. You don't even have to load them to your guild. Just put them on your personal logs. Then you can go in and analyze your own detail. You're not affecting your guild's website or your guild's page. You're just doing it for yourself. You run those logs in the beginning of your raid. You click /combat log at the end of your raid /combat log and take and go and upload those logs. Check out my other video to see exactly how to do that if you don't know. And that's all I've got for you today. Y'all have a good night.